So hi everyone, I am Paras. Welcome back. So if you are new to this video, please watch the previous part of this video because this is the continuation of the previous part. I'll add the link in the description. So yeah, in this video we'll be continuing the previous part where we have created a Node.js server. We have created a MongoDB connection. We implemented some CRUD APIs, get, post, put, and delete. And this all API takes some payload, insert something in a database, takes out of it, updates it, and sometimes delete it. Okay, so these are the things we have done till now. But what if there are APIs are open, right? So how can we secure our APIs? So we have different ways to secure APIs, right? One of the ways JWT, JSON Web Tokens. Here we'll create a token with sort of some algorithm. Okay, we'll not be creating that algorithm. The algorithm has been created by JWT. Okay, yeah, library. Okay, so we'll be just using the JWT library to create a token based on some information in secret key. Okay, and after that, this token will be used by someone who is using our API, and they will be passing the token in that API, and will be validating the token so that we can authenticate if a user is a valid user or not. Okay, so this is the process we'll follow here. Okay, so I'll reiterate the things. Okay, so here we'll be using middlewares. So what are middlewares? Okay, so let me explain you. So imagine this is our API request coming. Okay, and we have a gatekeeper. Gatekeeper means which is securing our door, our house. Okay, so gatekeeper is our middleware. Okay, so whenever we pass something, whenever the request comes, okay, the request is coming, like it will be going through a gatekeeper, which will be acting as a middleware, which will check if user is authenticated, authenticated or not. If it's authenticated, it will make you move further to our next controller. If it's not, okay, so it will block you. It will block you and it will return you like it will block you. Yes, else it will let you go. Okay, so this is the thing which our middleware will take care of. Okay, so I'll write this thing here. Okay, so this is the way. Okay, so we'll be implementing this middleware and we'll be creating authentication mechanism. Okay, which will be in which the user will be use sign in functionality, which he will enter his email and password. First, we will make a sign up functionality where we'll sign up a user, then we'll implement sign in functionality where user will log in and the token will be generated on the basis of the user login and the token will pass on the APIs. So I'll tell you one more difference between authentication and authorization. So what is authentication? Basically, authentication is like identifying user if he has access or not. Define user for the access of the platform services. Okay, is authentication. What is authorization? Authorization means we have identified the user. We have identified the user by the user, but what type of access user has is authorization. Okay, so this is the difference between authentication and authorization. So we'll be creating both of these things. Okay, so let's start with some of the basic things. Okay, so let's go to our index.js file. Okay, okay, and let's install our JSON Web Token library. Okay, and using JSON Web Token and Bycrypt. Okay, and let's search for JSON Web Token. JSON Web Token. Okay, what it is. Let's learn something about it. See, JSON tokens are an open industry standard RFC 7.151, a method for representing claims securely between two parties to decode, verify, and generate JWT. So we'll be generating JWT while sign-in method. We will verify it. We'll make it verify if it's valid or not, right? So in this way, our token is being generated just to S56 algorithm and type of JWT. Okay, so in this way we can do it. Let's search for JWT library in npm. Okay, so we'll be using this JWT library to decode. See, we pass some payload here in the sign-in method and with the secret key here, and this gets decoded in some value, and then we use verify method here down below, I guess. Let's see some words down below. Yeah, verify method where a token is being passed with a secret key, and it checks whether it's a valid token or not, and it decodes the data which we have sent. Okay, so in this way we can use this derivative library, and we'll also use bcrypt libraries to help use have hash passwords. Whenever we create a password for a user, it's better to hash the password, because if some in some way, in the worst case, if your database gets leaked, okay, uh, your password of the users needs to be secured, okay. So you can decrypt, okay, you can not decrypt, you can encrypt your password in some value with the help of some algorithm, okay. So that if your password gets, if your user table gets leaked, the password, original password doesn't gets to the hacker. Basically, the encrypted password gets to the hacker, and if and we cannot decode it again. Okay, so this is the way we can secure our passwords. Okay, so this is a like an industry in production. You can use this type of things. Many people are using this type of thing. You can see the weekly downloads here, 7,90,875, right? So yeah, we'll be using these two libraries to start with. Okay, so let's install them. So npm install, we have installed express, right? So install json web token. Okay, then our environment file is also being imported, no use for now. Okay, then bcrypt. Okay, js, let's use .env to to use our environment variables in our code, so that our secret key should be stored in the environment file. Okay, so npm install json web token .env and pykrypt.js. So let's install them. We also install one more thing here. We'll install nodemon here, which will auto reload our server if something changes in our files. Okay, we install nodemon with development dependencies. Okay, so you can check here. A file will be getting installed here. Okay, so yeah, our things have been installed now. Now let's go to our models and create a user model. We'll be creating a user model, user.js. Okay, and we'll be auto using this one, these things. So what can be our schema? So schema will contain the name, email, okay, the name, email. Then what more? We also store the password here. Okay, password of type string. By default, it will be true, because like, by default, basically, people can have different things. It's not by default. It should be open, right? It can. Uh, we'll be giving the password in a sign-in API. Okay, so we'll be including name, email, password, and token. Okay, here type string, and we'll be also using role for authorization. Type, sorry. So we'll be using uh, type enum, I guess. Let me check. Uh, type enum mongoose. I guess this is a type enum only. Acha, oh, yeah, okay. So basically, yeah. Okay. We use enum in this way. We give value like this. So I'll keep the role as um, like first of all I'll give the role as a user, normal user, okay, and the other one is admin, okay, and okay. So by default, whenever user gets created, its role will be user, okay. So in this way, we can assign it, and the timestamp will be true by default. So yeah, so I'll change the model name to user schema. Okay, the schema will be sharing here user table and user model. Okay, so yeah, so the things have been the model have been created. Okay, now let's create our routes. Let's go to our route folder. Let's create a new file name user routes user.js or user.routes.js as you want. So let's import some of the things here. Yeah, let's remove the comments here. It's of no use for now. So let's remove the user here. Okay, so we'll be creating two APIs. Both the APIs will be our post APIs, and I'll be name them. Let's import a controller first here. We'll be importing Express router there. Then we'll be importing our user controller. Okay, require require our controller slash we'll be creating a controller name user controller. Okay, so let's create a controller for now. File user.js. Okay, so yeah, we have created user controller. Then we'll remove this APIs, get APIs, no use for now. We'll be creating two methods. Okay, uh, register or sign up method. Let's call it sign up. Sign up. Okay, sign up, and one more method, sign in. Okay, or yeah, sign up, sign in. Then this method is sign in, and this will be called sign up, sign up. This will be called sign in. Okay, sign in. So this is the method we'll be using, sign up and sign in. Okay, so yeah, using these two routes. Now let's create our sign up controller. So let's go to our user controller, go to our controller, to our controllers, user.js. Okay, then let's import our model first. User model require models slash user. Okay, then let's create two functions, exports dot register. Basically we'll be not using this register and login methods, but yeah, these are the same as sign up. Okay, so using sign up I think basically most of the cases I use register and login. So yeah, the things come again again. So register and login. So we're using sign up because in this project we have used sign up and sign in methods, right? So we're using exports, sign up and sign in. Okay, sign in. These two methods have been created. Okay, so we'll be validating with try catch. Try catch. Okay, first to log in a user, what we'll be taking from the user? We'll be taking his name, okay, his email, his email, by his role also, and his password also. Okay, so this is request.body. This request.body will be taking these things. Let's check a user model. I guess name, email, password, and role. Okay, now let's validate a user input. If we don't have email or password and name, then we will give user an error. So basically, we'll be validating our inputs. Okay, I'll tell you one more library to validate this type of input. It's called Joy. With the help of Joy, we can validate this type of things. Okay, so you can write response dot return response dot status. Okay, 400 dot send. Let's give it in a message called send all inputs properly. Okay, this way you can block the user if user sends valid input. Now this is done. So now you need to check if a user exists in a database or not. To check the user exists in a database or not, we can use email as our key to check the user. Okay, so let's go to our let's write like const find user. Okay, find user. So what it will do is it will calling the user model with dot find one method, which will be taking as email. Okay, so with this email it will be finding a user. If we didn't got the user, if we got the user first, if we got the user, we'll block it. Just return distance sponsor status 409 dot send message. User already access. User already in the system. System. Please log in. Please log in. Or please sign. Okay. So in this way we can give a user a valid message. Okay. Now what we'll be doing is we'll be encrypting the password of the user. Okay. So let's write const encrypt password. Okay. We'll be using bycrypt. Decrypt bycrypt you can say anyway. So let's import first require just directly search it because by default NodeJs has this case. Yeah, so we're using bcrypt dot hash function. Okay, we'll do function hash and hashing. Okay, we are using hash and we passing password here with 10 as a parameter. Okay, so as you can see, hash as contains string and the second parameter is salt. Okay, so salt length to generate a salt to use. Yes, okay, so this is the length of the salt it will be generating. It's random 10 digit. Okay, so yeah, we'll be creating a user in our database now. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll create a user const create a user, create user. So we'll be calling our with method, then our user model with dot create function. This will be taking name, email, our password, encrypted password, not password, encrypted password. The password will be encrypted password. And what we can do is we can also use email as a lowercase. Okay, email to lowercase password, and also we can take the role of the user. So we're taking role. Okay, so I guess the role is role works role. Okay, so if we didn't pass the role by default, it will take uh, admin. Okay, no, by default it will take user. So yeah, this way we can pass these things. So let's check this. Let's give this for now. Okay, then a user will be created with this thing. Okay, now what we can do is we need to create a token. Now let's create a token. Let's create a token. We'll be using a JWT method to create a token. So we'll be writing const JWT is equal to require JWT. So token. Okay. So we'll be using this JWT method, JWT sign method, which will be taking our sorry. So we'll be taking our payload here. So what will the payload? It will be user ID, which will be coming from our create user function underscore ID. Then it will be giving us the email. It will be giving us the role. Okay, so basically role will be creating from create user email and create user role. Okay, so let's write it here, email role. Okay, so in this way we can create it. And now second parameter, you can as I will hover over this, you can see the first one is payload, second one is secret or private key which you want to pass, and the third one is the option. So like we can pass the expiry time and all the things. Okay, so let's so yeah, and the second parameter, uh, our second parameter will be our secret key. Okay, so we'll be storing a secret key. Let's write it down here. So in second we'll be passing a secret key. So process dot env dot a secret key. So we'll be writing a secret, secret, secret. Okay, so let's write a secret here, secret. Okay, secret is hello YouTube, hello YouTube, hello YouTube. Okay, so we'll be using this one secret. Okay, and we'll be passing one more parameter. It will be taking expiry time, expiration. Okay, let's say if I want to expire in 1 hour, so write 1 hour. Okay, so with this our token will be created, and what we'll do is we'll be giving it up to the sign in API response. Okay, so we use a token is equals to token, right? And we can return this user response dot status 200 dot send. And directly send the user, you can send data in this. So we are directly send the user here. create user. Okay, and if we caught the error, we can console log it. So in this way, a sign up function gets created. Okay, now what next? So now we need to create our sign functionality, or should we first test it? So what we can do is to one more thing I forgot to add is in our index.js file, if we wanna use our environment file now, we need to first write this and to import our .env config method, okay, to use it. So yeah, we have done this. Now what we'll do is we'll test this route. So let's start npm start. So MongoDB has been connected. So let's go here. Let's create a new route. Let's copy and paste the step route and just create a new one. This is a post route. Uh, the name of the route is sign up. Sign up. Okay. Then body we need to pass the name, Paras, email, Patidar Paras13 gmail.com. Then password 1234, and then the role. User model rules small. In our controller also the role is small. Okay. Yeah. So the role will be user. So let's create it for admin. We'll create two users, one for admin and one for user. Okay. Let's send it. So cannot post API/sign up. Let's check our route. We created these two routes. Route.post sign up. Okay. So what the thing is now, we've not imported this route. So when you will check now, when you will see we are not importing the route here. So go to your routes is equals to require routes slash user. So we'll be giving app.use using API. Okay. So we'll be using this route, or we'll be using auth slash user slash auth route directly. Okay. And then we'll be passing our user route. Okay. So we'll be using this one, and let's save it. One more thing to like prevent saving again, to prevent starting and restarting our server, we'll be using node 1 here. It will do automatically. Let npm start. Okay, you can see node 1. Our watches haven't started. And if I change something here, it will automatically get reflected. So I'll just do let's sign up. Okay, let's send it. So you can see our name has been created, email, password has been created, and the role underscore edit created, updated, and the token. Okay, so this all things have been created. And let's create one more user, test user. Okay, this is test@gmail.com. The same password 1234 user. Okay, the role user. So let's create this one also. See, our user has also been created, the same password. Okay, now let's create a login method so that we can check if the login is working or not. Okay, so let's go to our user controller. Let's go to our method. Here will be I'm using login and sign in interchangeably. Login registered with sign up and interchangeably too, so you can, so yeah, don't be confused on this. So let's implement our try catch. Okay, so in this we'll be taking the email, the password, the request body. Okay, let's check it if user has sent email as password in the correct way. If the user sent email and password or not. So we'll check email and password exists. If it exists, and return response dot status 400 dot send. Let's send a message. Let's copy the message from the first one only. Send all inputs correctly. Let's copy this one because user has not sent everything in the correct way. That's why we are sending this message. Okay. Now let's check if the user exists in a database or not. So let's copy this full method again. We find the user based of the email. Okay. So once we get the email, what we can do is we can go here. We can check if our user exists. Okay. If our users does not exist, let me check here if our users does not exist. Wait, if we find the user, okay, we cannot register. But if a user does not, if we in here if we find the user, okay, what we'll do is we will decrypt its password if we find the user. Okay, so we'll be using our await method and by decrypts dot compare method. Okay, where we'll be passing our password here and the password which we have in our database. Find user dot password. If they both comes to be true, then we can proceed further. Else the user is unauthenticated. So if both comes to be true, then we can create one more token signing method which will be taking these things. Basically, we'll do this full method again. This full process again. Generating a token with these things will be using find user underscore ID, find user dot email, find user dot role. Okay, and secret will be used here. The expiration time will be used and will be sending a user detail. So we'll be sending this user details. Okay, and if we fails to decrypt, fails to compare it, and if returns false, but both the password mismatches, will return response dot status 400 dot send message invalid credentials. Okay, so in this way we can check it. And if we face any error, we can do console.log error. Okay, so in this way we can sign in a user. So let's just in a sign in API. Okay, let's get a new API and sign in. This is a post API. Basically takes the name, not name, basically takes email. Okay, takes the email and the password 1, 2, 3 4. First, let's send wrong password. Let's see what it does. It tells the message of invalid credentials. Okay, now let's send the correct password. Create user is not defined. Let's check where are we using create user. Line number 51. Line number 51. Okay. Okay. So I need to use find user here. Let's set this. Let's send this again. See, you can see the user has his name, email, password, role, as admin, the token which we need. Okay. So in this way, you can validate a user if it's authenticated or not. So in this way, we completed our authenticated method here. Let's go to container MD. Let's update our thing. So we have created this authentication. Okay, this has been done. Now let's focus on authorization part. But what if we need to secure APIs, right? So first of all, we'll create a middleware. Okay, so let's go to first let's create our middleware folder. Okay, let's keep all things separate. Let's create our middleware folder. Okay, let's create a file verify token. Okay, .js basically takes JWT required JSON web token. Okay, then let's bring all environment variables here. I will directly can use it. So let's create a token. Let's create a method name verify token. You can directly export this. I'll directly write exports here. Exports dot verify token. Okay, which will take the request async function request comma response comma next. Okay, it will first validate if we have a token or not, or the dot token, or we have the token in our query. We can also use params here because of params, I guess, because of params dot token, or we even request dot headers. The params need to pass at that variable use request query. Okay, then request dot headers. If we user passes the token in headers, okay, so in these three places we can check if we get the token. Okay, or first of all we check if he doesn't get the token, we'll return user. Zero 03 with message please enter token. This pass token in API. Okay, and what we can do is we can try and catch here. Let's decode the token. Let's decode token. With JWT verify method. We'll be using this method to decode our token. So we'll be taking our token here, and our you can directly use processor.ini.secret here. No use of Wasting our one more variable here. SAC secret. Okay. So if our user is a valid user, it will get decoded and will be passing this decoded token. Okay. Okay. As it will catch the error. Invalid token. Okay. Then you can return here. Next. So in this way, you can create a verify token method, which will be verifying whether like the token is valid or not. Okay. So let's go here and let's check if our things are working or not. But first of all, let's pass it in our middleware function. Okay. So let's go to our routes. Let's go to our test routes. Well, we have imported get API. Okay. So we'll import our auth controller, verify token controller is equals to require our middlewares, then our verify token method. Then we will be passing a verify token method here to verify if we are passing it or not. Okay, or its if our token is valid or not. So we'll be using this method. So which error it's showing? We are not returning something. But yeah, I guess this error should not come. Uh, let's check which error, which line it's showing. Because whenever using test routes, we need to pass in our as an array or what? I guess pass this in array. So our function is not getting the response as a middleware. Okay, so this verify token method. So we have imported this in a correct way. So you need to import. You have exported a module, exported that module, right? So you need to import this in this way. Export that verify token. Okay, then you can directly use it. Or what you can do is you can use auth controller, then you can use auth controller dot verify token method in this way. Actually, I forgot to include in this way, so we can use two of the methods, and yeah, this one will work. So yeah, let's go to our Thunder client. Let's go to our get API. Let's go to our headers. Let's write here X access token, and let's pass some of our token here. Let's pass this token here. Okay, let's send this one. See, we are getting data, but what if I do not pass it? We'll get this pass token in APIs. What if I pass it, but I pass it in the wrong way? So, yeah, see invalid token. So in this way, you can validate if a user is valid or not, right? But what if a user has the access of accessing this API or not, right? So we can create one more middleware here. which will do this thing. Okay, so let's create that one also. Let's go to our middlewares. Where's the middlewares file? Let's go to our middlewares verify token. Okay, so I'll rename this file author.js. Okay, okay. So our paths have been imported. Now I'll create one more function here, which will be called is admin. Is admin is user. So if I'll check if the role is a request dot user dot role. Okay, if request dot okay, if I'll check here, request dot user dot role is equal to admin. Then it's if not equals to admin, then return you are not an admin. Okay, else you can proceed, and same goes for user also. Okay, so okay, so we'll use these two methods in our libraries. Let's go to a test route. So imagine like if use only admin can delete only admin can delete strings. Okay, so I'll use is admin, or I'll also see only admins can create this. Okay, but a user can update it. Okay, so user can update it is user. Okay, this is like as an example I'm taking. You can create your own privileges. Okay, so let's say this is the process. Okay, so when I'll pass this in our API, let's test it. Let's get see you have no access rights because this is only accessible by admin. Okay, now let's sign in with an admin. Okay, uh, no, this is only accessible for user. Let's sign in with a user. Okay, this is a test@gmail.com. You can see this. You can send. You will get the token. Let's take this token. Okay, let's pass this token in get students API right here. Let's take this one. Let's copy it. Let's pass this one right here. Okay, let's send it. See, you got this one, right? So in this way, you can use authorization as a middleware to stop users from accessing the resources. Okay, now let's just create one. Now, as we know in our routes that our create functionality is only accessible by the admin. Okay, let's go to create student and let's pass access token here. Okay, access token. Let's pass this value here and let's create one more user. test one, and set it. You're not an admin. So if you're not an admin, you will not be accessible to use resource. So let's sign in with an admin again. Okay. So let's write here Patidar Paras. Let's sign in. Let's see if we get this token and we use it here to create a student. Let's pass this in a body. Okay. Let's send it. See, the user got created. So in this way, you can use this authorization and authentication mechanism to validate a user. Okay. So yeah, we have completed the authorization and authentication part. Okay. Now next comes our validation in APIs, implementing logging in APIs, and pagination in APIs. Okay, so I'll be ending this tutorial right here. Okay, so we'll be implementing this implementation, validation, evaluation, logging, and pagination in later videos. So yeah, so I hope you all learned a lot of things in authentication, authorization things. Okay, we are will be keeping this parts and including more and more content in this playlist, where next we'll be validating our APIs, logging our APIs, and pagination and APIs. So yeah, this was all for this video. I'll push this code in GitHub. Okay, so let's check git status. Okay, see, so all our files in our red means they have been modified, and some files have been created newly. So let's add git add dot. You can directly write this one, git add dot, and what you can do is you can add this plus symbol. Right, now you will see our files have been changed. Their files have been changed to git status, which is green means these are now in staging environment. Now it's ready to be committed and ready to be pushed to GitHub. Okay, so let's commit this. You can directly write the commit message here, or you can write it from command line like this way. Hit commit and you can write the message right here. Okay, and what you can do is you can directly write the message here also. API security middleware. Okay, you can add this one also here. So we'll commit this one. Now it's been committed. Now it's time to push it. So we'll push this one. So the code has been pushed now. So you can access this code. I'll share you the GitHub link of this code. So yeah, guys, this was all for this video. I hope you all liked it, and looking forward to for your feedback that I can get more idea on this. Until that time, if you wanna learn something about this validation logging, I'll tell you some of the things, but will implement these things in later videos. You can use Winston. Okay, you can use Winston. You can use this library for logging a logger for just about everything. Okay, so you can use this Winston as a library where you can import this Winston, create a logger function. Basically, it will be level info format, and it will be so basically what it will do is it will be taking some information like level info format in the JSON format, the default parameter sum, right, and it will be taking the file name, in which file name you wanna in, take this log. So just use this default parameters and you are good to go. Your logs will be auto created, because in many companies or in we need logs to right to store the historic calls of the APIs. So which user requested for which data and what response we have sent to the user. So we need this type of logs, or are we using some external APIs? So imagine if you are using some external API and you are using that API to like fetch a pin code, okay, and sometimes the API fails with any reason. So you should have the log, why it got failed and what is the reason of it. Okay, so you can check there. So yeah, Vincent can be one of the thing we can use for logging, and after it we can use validations. So I'll tell you about Joy. So you can say this Joy. Okay, so Joy is basically a simple, intuitive, readable language. Basically, what it does is we'll just import it. We'll just pass the schema, right? We'll create a schema, join the object, where it will be taking username, password, repeat password, access token, this thing's birth year, email, and what is the type of username? The type of username will be a string, okay, which will be alphanumeric with minimum 3 characters and maximum 30 characters, and which will be required. So you can see the sequence. You will be using a string with alphanumeric as a character with minimum 3 and maximum 30 characters with the required parameter. Okay, so in this way you can pass the values, pass a string a type as a value to a key. Okay, so you can, like, whenever the request comes in our body, okay, we can just directly pass the request to the object function. So a schema gets created and it will validate our schema. So with the we have the schema structure. We'll be using validate function to validate our schema, and we'll get to know like if it's valid or not, right? So yeah, you can use this Joy library to do a lot of validations. It's very powerful library. You can prefer using it. And for pagination, uh, I'll show you some resources if you want to learn it right away, because I'll be creating more video on this later on. You can learn on pagination. Pagination, what is pagination? Okay, you search for Node.js, you will get idea. You will get different blocks how to use pagination and all that. Okay, I'll explain you the idea in a high level way. Pagination basically remains the logic remains same in every language. The way of writing changes, right? See, you can use page size. The size, if you use limit and skip in databases, basically limit is like the number of records we want, and the skip is number of records we want to skip. Right? If a user, see, if a if a user is in page number one, right? Page number one, and number of records you want is 100. Okay, so in our database we'll the query of like model dot find, okay, where we'll limit our so we'll limit it to 100 and skip. What is the page skip limit is equals to, basically we'll skip our first one, like 1 into 100. Okay, by default the page 0 means it will be giving page 0, like we'll start with page 1, so page 1 will be giving 100, page 2 will be giving 0 to 100, or page 2 will be giving 100 to 101 to 200. Okay, so yeah, you can just pass the page and the limit part, or it will be page size basically. So you can skip these things and you can find the things. You can limit to the page size also, you can write here. Okay, so page number one, and page size will be 100. So it will return the first first 100. Then in page 2 it will return the 100 to 200. Okay, so yeah, in this way you can use pagination. Okay, so yeah, this is all about pagination, logging, deletion. Yeah, surely I'll help you help you out this in this concepts. Later on I'll be creating videos on it. Yeah. So yeah, thank you so much guys. Hope you all liked it. Yeah, in the last part, yeah, I'm getting high level overview, but surely I'll make some videos on it. Okay. So yeah, looking forward to meet you again. Please share your feedback, how the video was. I'll happy to improve myself and help you guys if needed. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, bye bye.